So, did you just recently record a dope song inside of Pro Tools? You ready to send that thing out to a friend to listen to? Or you want to send that thing out to the mastering engineer to go ahead and do his thing with? Or you went ahead and put that sauce on the mix yourself. You are ready to export that thing and get it ready to go to put on a CD? In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to export your songs inside of Pro Tools. Keep on watching this video.
You the FaceTiming now. You gon' Skype me? I'm on some Capricorn shit, man. And you on Pisces. So I got a Scorpio that make a food on spicy. And it's funny how my...
What's up, everybody? Chris Lee back with another United Destiny Entertainment tutorial video. Hey, check this out. If you are new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get more videos like this in the future. All right, guys, so what it is, Chris Lee back with another video. What I'm going to be showing you guys in this video is pretty much how to export your songs inside of Pro Tools, bounce it down, whatever you want to call it. You want to send that thing off to a friend, listen to it, maybe decline. I'm going to show you how to do that for MP3. If you want to send that thing off to get mastered by the mastering engineer, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And then also, if you just want to export that thing for yourself, you're ready to put it on the CD and you just want to know the best settings, I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. So let's go ahead and jump into it right now. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get more videos like this in the future. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do with this portion of the video is pretty much show you guys how I get a song prepared or ready to be exported or bounced down, whether that be for mastering or whether I'm happy with the track and I just want to get prepared for like a CD or whatever the case may be. I'm just going to show you guys what I do real quickly to kind of get you guys in the right direction, okay? So one thing that I like to do, I'm going to try to throw a little extras in there, is I like to hit AZ right here. And once I hit AZ, if you hit RT, it pretty much magnify it and make it wider, or cut in just in case you want to get, you know, a more precise marker whenever it's time to start exporting. Okay, that's one thing that I like to do. And also I like to hold down on Windows PC. What I like to hold down is the start key or the Windows key plus Alt and up and down, and that'll pretty much make the tracks bigger or smaller so I can actually see what I need to see. You can also do these things down here as well with the plus and minus button here. So if I click that, boom, boom, same thing here, boom, boom, okay? So what I like to do in the process is if you hit like the regular enter key, it's going to take you to the beginning of the track, okay? And I'm going to show you guys something else as well. And then also if you hit like the tab key, the tab key can basically, once you keep hitting the tab, is going to take you to the end of the track, okay? So I'm going to hit the enter key again. Now, what's very important is we want to go ahead, and I always like to make sure that I create batch fades, okay? So I would usually highlight all the vocals, everything in the track, instruments, everything. So you can either hit Control A, and Control A is going to highlight everything from start to finish, which is really convenient. But I like to go ahead and hit Control F. And then I'm just going to create some batch fades. That's where it's a little fade at the beginning of the track and the end of the track, so there's not any obnoxious, annoying clicks and pops in your audio files or vocals that you don't need, okay? Just to be on the safe side, I just keep these checked, create new fades in and out. You don't have to do it to adjusting fades, but I just have it for right now. It's not that big of a deal. And I hit enter. That's going to assure that I have little fades and stuff in the beginning of the track, right? The beginning and end of the track. Now in the process, say if I wasn't clicked on it like this, the next thing that you would do is if you're happy with the mix, so say boom, you're listening to your mix and you're good to go.
Like me, I'm on some Capricorn shit, man. And you on Pisces. So I got a Scorpio that make a food on spicy. And it's funny how my lingo...
Okay, boom. So you love the track, right? So one thing that you need to do is you need to go to your particular master track. So say we go to our master track, and I have mine up here, but you can click it and drag it down to the bottom if you want. I'm just going to do it up here so I can see it. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit T. And once you hit T, say you just want to create a fade. So you go ahead and go to the master track and you click right here. Be on the hand tool, you click right here, and then you want to go ahead and drag this down and just create like that fade out. Now we can do this in automation way as well, but I'm just saying this is like a quick tip that I'm adding in there. So I want to fade this thing out. Boom. Okay, so there you have it. You have the batch fade applied. You have your master fader where the song is fading out applied. Everything is good to go. You're ready to go. You just go ahead and hit Control A. Control A is going to set it from that beginning selection to the end selection of that track. And now you're ready to bounce this thing down. Now, quick key to go ahead and get to the export window is Control Alt B. Okay. Or you can also go in here and go to bounce, and you want to bounce it to disk. Okay. If you were doing something like a movie in here, you were editing with, you would do bounce to QuickTime with the movie and everything. But we're just doing the disk right now. So Control Alt B. Now let's go ahead and go through this real quick. You want to make sure that your output source, is your stereo, whatever your main output to your audio interface is, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that it's stereo 1 and 2. You know, your M Audio Fast Track Ultra 1 and 2, your Focusrite 1 and 2, whatever the case may be. That's the left and right stereo. Okay, so you want it to be stereo. Then you want to go to the file type. Now, the most popular that you'll see people utilize is Waves. That's going to give you the highest quality file. It's a lossless file as well as AIFF. But the most popular that people normally utilize is WAV files. So that's going to be your go-to. If you just want to bounce this thing down to kind of listen to it in a car, just to kind of see like a reference mix or whatever, you don't have to do a WAV file. You can go ahead and do an MP3 file, but realize that it is a lossless format. So that means that the quality, the dynamics isn't going to be there like it would in a WAV file. So you're not going to really hear the top end. So don't listen to a lot of mixes and say, dang, it sounds like crap, because it's an MP3. Because it's in a lossless format, it's not going to have a lot of the top end, the clarity, the punch, everything that you would normally get in a WAV file, okay? So if you want to go ahead and bounce this down, I recommend a WAV file. If you're ready to put it on a CD or send it off for mastering, and then at the same time, if it's just something that you want to listen to, just go ahead and put it at MP3, okay? Now you can do two options at the same time by going ahead and clicking both, okay? Now, when it comes to the format is going to be very important. So let's go ahead and talk about the first one. The mono format is basically everything in your entire mix bounced down to one mono file, one channel. So you're only going to hear it in one ear or dead center. It's not going to be in two channels, left and right, okay? So always keep that in mind. I'm not really sure why that would be necessary for most people, but there may be some cases that may be necessary for them to do. The second option is your multiple mono. That's basically going to give you your same mix, your left and right mix, but it's going to have it in two channels. This is the most popular option that I feel when you are ready to master your track. You want to make sure that your master fader is down like, -3, -6 to leave the master and engineer some headroom. And when you bounce this down to multiple mono, it's going to give him basically your mix in two different channels, left and right. And then once he brings that in to his software or whatever he's going to be utilizing to master it, he's going to have two channels to play with. Now, this also gives you the option to do something to the left channel that you wouldn't do to the right channel, or something to the right that you wouldn't do to the left channel. It just all depends on what you want to do, but it's going to give you two separate tracks for a whole entire stereo type mix, okay? But in two mono files, okay? So that's a popular option if you want to go ahead and get this thing ready for mastering, okay? Now, if you are ready to bounce this thing down to your CD, you are ready to have it radio ready, have it on the radio, you want the complete file that's summed together, that's put together or interleaved together, the interleave is going to be your stereo file that's going to be two channels left and right, but it's going to be your full surrounding mix, okay? Everything into one. So everything that you're doing into the left ear or the right ear panned in each side, you're going to hear the full entire mix within that, okay? That's a way that I'm trying to like really dumb it down to where you can understand. So this is the most popular option when you are ready to put your music on a CD, ready to go on a radio, listen to it in a car, etc. This is going to be your most popular option, okay? So that's what we're going to go with right now. As far as the share with, it allows you to share it to SoundCloud or whatever other options you have. You can import it as a bounce. So once you bounce this thing, you can basically import the song back into your session as a bounce file. You also have where you can add it to iTunes, enforce media composer compatibility. That's if you're going to be utilizing it in Avid Media Composer, but that's obviously not the case right here. Right here on BitDepth, if you want to know radio CD quality, I would definitely say CD quality for sure. You want to have it at 16-bit 44.1. 16-bit 44.1 kilohertz is going to give you the highest quality, ready to print that thing and have it ready on a CD. That's what you want to have. That's industry standard. That's what the majority of every record label or company is having it at. That's what you want to have it at, okay? If you were going to put this like on a DVD or something like that, then you would want to change it to 24-bit 48K, okay? And then that's going to be the standard for DVDs. Now, if you are sending this thing off to a mastering engineer, I want to tell you this as well. You want to go ahead and make sure that this says multiple mono, and then make sure that it says 16-bit 48K. Especially if that's what you recorded in, because once the mastering engineer is done, he's going to finalize and bounce this thing down to 16-bit 44.1, okay? That's what I've known or what I've seen the most in my entire career. Sometimes it may be different, but I don't really see why anybody else would want it to be different. Here's where you get to go ahead and name your track, and you get to pretty much choose your directory. So you get to decide where you're going to save it to. So just hypothetically, if it was going to be your desktop, then you would go to desktop and then you would click use current folder, okay? For me, you know, I would do it like in my documents, use current folder, boom, I'm good to go. Now, once I go ahead and type this thing in, it's going to pretty much have the name and export this track exactly where I need it to go in a process, okay? So that's something that you really want to keep in mind. Now, this option here that says offline, all is basically is saying that you don't have to wait for the playhead to export the entire track and actually hear it from start to finish. So when this is not checked, you're basically, once you hit bounce, you're going to hear the track from start to finish, everything that you've done in a mix. I think that that's very convenient because you get to really hear if there's any type of mistakes that you may need to go back and tweak. When you bounce it offline, if you have offline clicked, basically it's going to bounce your song in like 8 to 10 seconds or something like that. And you're not gonna get to hear it. It's just gonna bounce it. You're gonna see the playhead move all the way through, and you're not gonna really know what's going on in a mix. So if you know that your mix sound good, then go ahead and bounce it offline. If you are unsure, then make sure that you don't have offline checked and listen to your track all the way through. And then wherever spots that you hear something that doesn't sound right, just write a little marker or a mental note and say, hey, I need to go back to 2 minutes and go ahead and turn that down or add a little more reverb or turn this up a little bit or whatever the case may be. That's the benefit with that. So once you go ahead and go to bounce, which we're going to do, if you want to escape, you hit the escape button, okay? That escape button is basically going to give you the option to go ahead and stop it. So let's go ahead and do that again. Control-Alt-B. Control-Alt-B. And said we were going to, go ahead and bounce this thing as is. You go ahead and hit that. Hit bounce. Control period. Control period at the same time stops it or escapes it or cancel it, and then escape cancels it as well. So now let's go ahead and do that one more time. Now, if you go ahead and add stereo interleave or something like that for your main final track, say that version of it was going to be masters or whatever the case may be. So now say if you're ready to bounce this thing down and you want to bounce like a wave in the MP3, you can do those options at the same time. Okay, so we're just going to do XZ or just X. Now we're going to bounce this as is. I'm going to hit bounce. Now, this is very important. If you are going to be bouncing this thing down as MP3, then I recommend the highest quality and the slowest encoding time. That's going to ensure that you get the highest quality out of this MP3, and you want to make sure that your constant bit rate is at 320, because this is going to give you a higher quality. You're basically going to get more out of your MP3 by having this at 320. So go ahead and always do that when you're bouncing this down for an MP3 file, and then you pretty much hit OK. And there it is. So you go ahead and hit X, because I don't want to bounce it all the way through. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's all you pretty much need to do to go ahead and export your tracks. So if this video helped you out, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it for the video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, please, please, please leave me some constructive criticism. Let me know what I could have did better to educate you guys on this particular topic inside of Pro Tools. It pretty much works the same across the board in any DAW, but we're focused on Pro Tools in this video. If there was anything that you feel like I left out, go ahead and leave me some comments and I'll be sure to cover that in my next video. Also, please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get more videos like this in the future. I really want to keep you guys updated on a bunch of content, and the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I get some positive feedback from you guys letting me know exactly what you want to see in these videos. So if it's helping, please support me. If not, guys, I'm sorry that I couldn't bring you some beautiful content to help you out, to help educate you, but that's what I do. Also, be sure to check the description box if you guys are interested in purchasing any of the gear. I will put gear in the description box that I personally recommend that you guys use, especially if you're starting a home studio. It will help you out, so go check out those links. Be sure to click them. Go ahead and buy something. Disclaimer, I am an Amazon affiliate, so when you guys click that link and decide to purchase something, I will get a small commission of it. I basically use those funds to go ahead and fund this channel to go ahead and continue to bring you professional content. So if you want to support me, guys, go ahead and click those links. Other than that, stay tuned for the next video.
I'm here, you saying you buzzing, I got a few hives, and I ain't staying for nothing. I gotta use time wisely, and I don't care if you don't like me, man. Who gon' fight me? It's game time, so I threw on Nikes. My crew on icy, the Mighty Ducks. Who want hockey? So many goals and hat tricks. Move on by me, who gon' sign me? Matter of fact, I'm too darn pricey. So much money, who got it for me? Who gon' bribe me? I told you to FaceTime, and now you gon' Skype me? I'm on some Capricorn shit, ma, and you on Pisces. So I got a Scorpio that make a food on spicy. And it's funny how my lingo really grew on wifey. Get the moonshine.